Hello everybody, this is the Republic of Players and I am your host, Paddy, the Pagan. I'm here with my usual crew, the friends. Oh well, Ronan's not here, better get that out of the way, he's not here this week. I am hosting, so go easy on me. I'm here with John. How are you, John?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm surviving this horrendous hurricane.
John, are you after boarding up the windows there with them green sheets?
Green sheets everywhere.
Green sheets everywhere. I just see you, like when you see you like that there, all I'm thinking is you're surrounded. The whole room is just green sheets and John is about to kill someone. Jack, what's the crack? What are you up to?
Same old. Trying to live another now.
Have you any new collectibles for us this week, Jack?
I had the Aku mask arrive a couple of weeks ago, but that's not out to display yet. So nothing that I can show off just yet.
Okay. Pat, now how's that internet going for us?
That's actually going pretty well at the moment. You know, it's one of those rare things just seem to work.
That's it. That's it. Right, as usual, we're going to ask the boys what they've been playing. I myself have been playing a few games, so I can't wait to talk about that. Jack, what have you been playing? More, let me take Monster Hunter and CTR. Prove me wrong, Jack.
No, I haven't been playing CTR, but I have been playing Monster Hunter, but that's because I platinumed it a couple of days ago at long last after 6 months.
Jack,
and let me just...
Yeah, go on. You need you need a speech for this one. Do you want to stand up for this, John or Jack? Because you know this is a big accomplishment. You've been talking about Monster Hunter since birth. I don't know how long you've been on about, but you can tell us anyway. How did you do it, and why?
To begin with the why, just because I wanted to. It was a challenge. It was a game that I knew would take a lot of time, and I knew it'd test my patience. But I said, you know what, this is going to be a good one to have. This is going to be one of my proudest I'll ever get.
Yeah.
Now saying that, any platinum hunters that are currently watching, don't do it. Just don't do it.
He'll be listening. The only reason he doesn't want you to do it is because he wants to be the only one.
It's not that. It's just a case of I got lucky with a lot of RNG because there's 27 monsters in total, and you need to get 2 golden crowns for each of them. One for the smallest of its variation, and one for the largest.
Okay.
You're not always going to get one or the other. You're going to have to hunt down multiples of each. I think the most I hunted one was 39 times, and that's not including saves coming in.
Holy hell!
So that was. I ended up doing 210 hours, which is actually on the shorter end of that trophy because there's people.
Jack, I tell you one thing, man. You have some patience on you. I don't know how you do it. I like all these platinums. Every time you tell me the grindiness of these things, I just don't know how you do it. I have 0 platinums, and I'm proud of that.
Well, you know, honest, in this day and age, so many people have 1 or 2 from the Telltale games or from something else. So to have 0 is actually pretty impressive. But saying that, there is people who are still at Monster Hunter World who are 600 hours in, who are 1,000 hours in, and they don't have the platinum. Even though they're hunting for it, they just can't.
We have been telling you from the start, Jack, that you should be making these. You know, telling people how, making videos and showing people how to get through these. I think we need a vote in public to make you do this, Jack, because if you're able to get all these platinums, people need to know how to do it. If you were saying it's so hard, they're 1,000 hours in. These lads are ready to top themselves, and you're telling them that you won't tell them how to do it, Jack. What's the story here?
The thing is, though, it's not actually common knowledge what you're meant to do because there's specific missions you can do that give you higher chances. A lot of these people have done over 1,000 of these because it actually gives you point. It tells you how many missions a character has done if you get a guild card off them, which shows you all their details. Some people have done over 1,000 of these specific missions and still haven't got all the crowns.
That's nuts.
So I got lucky. I got very lucky with my RNG on that.
And have you played anything else?
I played 2 other games. Well, I platinumed 2 other games during the week.
Okay.
One was Ether 1, which is where it's basically looking to a patient's diagnosed with dementia and how they're trying to heal that. I won't ruin much on it because if I go into it too much, it will ruin the ending, and the ending was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And then what was the other platinum I got? I honestly can't remember off the top of my head.
Goat Simulator.
No, it wasn't Goat Simulator. There was one the day after. Oh, Crayola Scoot.
Crayola Scoot. Is that like a crayon on a bike? What's your story?
No, actually, it's basically, think Tony Hawk's mixed with a Splatoon, just on scooters.
Okay.
That sounds actually
cool.
amazing.
Sounds pretty awesome.
It is good, except the controls are absolute jank. I was going to say something else because that's how bad they actually were. To do tricks, you need to use the right stick. To jump, you need to use the left stick, but you need to use them in combination with buttons to do tricks in the air.
Do you press down on the L stick or the left stick to jump, or is it just
you press down and then push up again?
That's the way I used to play Fortnite.
But it's got a lot of what I mean is it's skate style physics with their tricks and everything. Yeah. So you pull the left stick back, and then you push it forward to jump. The longer you hold it,
can you do a kick flip?
Jump. No.
Oh, heel flip?
You just do no. It's a scooter.
360 flip? As a scooter? Oh, I think it's a skateboard. Sorry. Excuse me. You said Tony Hawk's. I just got immersed.
It's the gameplay is similar to Tony Hawk's mixed with Splatoon, but you're on a scooter.
Can you twirl the scooter around underneath you? Like, woo,
Yeah.
and then come back on
Can
it?
you, you
You
bunny
can
hop?
do some crazy
Can you
shit.
bunny hop?
No, you can't bunny hop.
That's all I could do in a scooter. That's all. Is that all this week, Jack?
Nah, the other one I've been playing, which is another platinum I've been working on, is a game called Forgotten Anne.
Okay.
Now, I haven't played enough of it to be able to kind of give you a full rundown of it, but it's just you're in another world where everything forgotten goes. So, a lost sock, a lost shoe, anything that you've lost goes to this world, and it's just you're trying to break out of it. And it's weird how it works. I'm only about halfway through, but it's very good.
Jeez, Jack, you've been busy this week, man. Holy hell. What about you, Pat? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing the Sojourn, which I will join Jack in getting a platinum this week. So I have.
Okay,
And
that's pretty cool.
By God, I'm naturally a thick person. Like I'm not good with puzzle games in general, but like the mechanics in this were really good, and I had to do all of them. Every last one had to be done. But I believe that the people that made that game hate people.
The Witness.
It's just it's so like.
It's an
I
indie
can't
developer,
put
is it?
It's an indie developer, Shifting Tides.
Okay.
And special thanks to them for giving me a review code. So
Yeah.
thanks,
That's-
guys.
And are you immersed into the game where you can't walk away from it till you finish these puzzles?
Oh, it's a beautiful game. It's
Yeah?
fantastic. It has. There is a story to it, but like you can read into it a lot more. There's a lot like interpretation upon the player's view of it.
All right.
Also, it's a stunning looking game. It has beautiful graphics. It's just it's a beautiful game. But
What
yeah, it's so hard.
is it on console, PC? What's it on?
I believe it's on everything.
It's on
So
everything.
you
You can pick it
can
up
go
and
and get it.
We'll check out your review and see what the good folks think. Sure.
And apart from that, I've also been playing Dirt Rally 2.0.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
You're gonna be
And
world champion.
I can safely say it. Don't let me drive rally.
You won't join me up in Donegal for the Donegal Rally next year, so.
I'm like on like the second retro championship with the old cars. I can't get
Nice.
past the first two corners.
What kind
car
of car do
always
you have? Do you know?
It's like the Ford Cortina.
Ah,
and
Jesus. My funky
it's-
Ford Cortina.
I swear to like the game is it's super. It's so like it's the most realistic rally game you'll probably ever play to date. But my God, I can't control cars in that. Like I'm a dangerous man in that game. Like I've fallen off cliff. I've died multiple times in that game. Like
You're thinking you're playing a crash game. What was that? What's the one where you do the crash
Burnout.
burnout? Yeah, that was
Burnout, yeah.
You do the most flashy breakdowns and everything. That was brilliant. Before I go on to John, just if anyone was in the chat, just let us know what you've been playing this week, and we'll go through it maybe. Is that it, Pat?
I've been playing loads of mobile games, but I've been playing so much I don't want to actually say how many I've been playing.
Any Candy Crush?
Whoa.
No, not those games. Jesus Christ, no.
Jeez,
No.
you've offended him now.
I know, yeah, it's over now. It's over. The relationship's done. He's given up on the
It's
podcast.
over. I'm
over.
gone.
It's gone.
No, but there's just way too many because I'm switching between them every 5 minutes.
To go through. Well, for keeping up with the meta, as they say. John,
I
J
wish.
Dog, what have you been playing?
I've been playing like a few games this week. I got into FIFA because it came out and all that, and started getting my ultimate team going a little bit. Got a decent team going, not in basically compared to the other teams I'm seeing for people who are playing a bit more, maybe a little under leveled. We'll say I have like an 80 ranked team. I'm seeing a lot of like teams that are like 84, 85 that are only beginning as well.
Yeah, but do you think that maybe they're putting money into it, John?
No, I don't think so. I
No?
don't think. Well, it's like obviously some of them, probably, but I know a lot of them aren't.
Yeah.
And it's a time thing. I haven't been putting as much time.
It's like everything else, you have to spread yourself some way, and sometimes you don't get the time. Some people put all the focus on one game, and that's all they can do.
But also, like I know people, like especially if you watch the video that went up on the Republican players, that making coins method, the really really good video.
Yeah.
I actually put that into action, and I didn't do too much of it. I bought a few bronze packs using my own coins, and I turned like 12,000 into about 35,000 using that method, which is
That's
pretty decent.
It works though.
But I'm not always on. Like, I know people like Ray and stuff. He was telling me about this, that like he's always on the mobile app now doing that. So he's like, when he's not playing FIFA, he has the phone beside him doing the transfers, and he's transferring players in and out of his ultimate team while he's eating his dinner. Who knows?
Nice.
But yeah, no, enjoying FIFA. I think it's good this year. What I will say, and I'm not going to go in on him too hard because it's only out. And I think maybe I've just got the busted version of FIFA because I don't think I've heard other people say this. My game crashes a lot. That's the only thing, and it really annoys me when I'm playing Ultimate Team and my internet doesn't go because a lot of times I'm on. I'm on.
We've lost Pat.
That was a distraction. But I'm on the.
Oh, he goes back again.
He's back. I'm on the chat, and basically I can still hear people talking, but the freaking game is still playing. So I know it's not my internet because my internet doesn't go.
Yeah.
I just get disconnected from the EA servers. So, but other than that, I'm enjoying the game. I think it's good this year. A lot more. I think it's a bit more defensive minded because people can get around you. Usually, what used to happen was if you rounded a player and you tried to do a run, you would basically the defender used to always kind of catch up with you, and you would always kind of lose a load of pace. But on this one, I feel like if you round a defender and you've got a fast enough player, you're just going to absolutely boot it down.
Yeah.
So it's different, but it's good, and I'm enjoying it so far. Even though.
Do you think was it worth the £60 again?
Yeah, I think so. It's the same argument Ronan put. The amount of hours I'll be playing FIFA for the year, so the amount of hours I put into it, it's definitely going to be worth it in the end because it could be 1,000 hours by the end of the year. So that's definitely especially if you go by the. Some people, I don't necessarily believe in this, but because there's some great games that are only 3 or 4 hours long that cost about €15. But no way some people say it should be an hour, $1 or €1 an hour or a game. Some people say that. I don't believe that at all.
No, you're an hour. That's a lot of money.
But if you took that into account, this game should be worth €1,000 for me if I'm playing 1,000 hours. You know what I mean?
Well, I think a good thing about FIFA is the pro clubs as well. It brings a lot of people together. It brings your friends together. You get to have the crack, and it brings the community gamers together. Like Ronan's doing a great job with the Republic team, and everybody goes. All you go to streams and all you hear is people having the banter and talking and mixing and saying what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's a great way to mix with the community. I think that's great. A lot of people are focusing on that and Ultimate Team this year. We're playing a game. We're playing a game of Pinkaboo here with Matt. With Pinkaboo. I'm here. I'm not here. What about
the other thing I was playing, as you probably know yourself, Paddy? Playing a bit of Minecraft during the week.
We were.
I was playing with Ray. I was playing with a few of the lads from the Team Republic.
Yeah.
Padified, FaZe, Ray, yourself. And it was good crack. We had a lot of fun. Did you have fun, Paddy?
Yeah. Well, I'm a 31-year-old man, right? I'm playing Minecraft, and these boys decided to bully me in Minecraft. They brought me into some place that looked like hell, and they said, "We'll bring this bed for you, and you put the bed down, and you'll get some achievement if you lie down in it." I don't care about achievements. I don't have any platinums. I don't care about I don't care. And then I was like, "Oh, just follow along, sure. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Give me the bed. Go to lie down. Boom, blew up." And the laughs of the lads. I swear to God, the boys are watching some kind of stand-up comedy the way they were going on.
You don't understand how funny it was. Like you were there because it happened to you, but you weren't in.
I wasn't with the bullies. I wasn't with the bully. You're bullying me, John.
The size of the sheer size of that explosion made it funny in itself. Yeah, and you just disappeared off the face of the planet when it happened.
I was like, and then I was just pure silent. And I'm probably get it. I was streaming at the time, so I could probably get the stream. I probably should clip that. It was like, this is when the bullying started. We're October 1st or something, whatever it is now. But what do you think? What are you thinking? You're playing Minecraft a few weeks, and do you think it's worth keeping going with the game? How long will you stick around and keep playing?
I'm kind of like I said this last, but I had no opinion on Minecraft at all until Ray told me to start playing it.
Yeah.
But I absolutely adore it now. Like I'm actually addicted to it, and just because the amount of stuff you can do in it, I won't go over it again. I won't do the same spiel as last week. There's so many things you can do in it. It's just a great game. So I definitely see myself playing it for the long term until at least I do everything. And by everything I mean I think the last thing you have to do is beat the Ender Dragon and sleep in the Nether, and then that you get the final credits. But then there's always loads of stuff you can do after that as well. But I'll be happy once I get to that point anyway. But yeah, other than that, I'm playing a little bit of Dicey Dungeon, only a little bit. That game's fantastic. I'd put it in probably one of my top games of the year. It's just like a strategy game. You roll dice, you can do different moves. It's easy to learn, but it was also one of those games that's easy to learn but hard to master. And it's just a roguelike, and it's really good. And it's made by an Irish developer. So, you want to support local, pick up Dicey Dungeon on Steam for $60.99. It's very good if you like roguelikes and if you like puzzle games. It's great. And just really quickly, because I was talking about FIFA, Booley says, fix career mode already. I've heard about that. I don't play career mode. I've heard the problem with career mode is that the top teams, for some reason, they have the program so that they're playing really young players and really shit players against you. So if you're playing Man City, you're basically playing the Man City B team or the Man City C team, and it takes the immersion out of it. So I don't know why they did that. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people giving out about the career mode this year.
Okay. Well, we'll have
It's not the only thing that's been given out to by FIFA, hasn't it? Like with the Switch, they just basically released FIFA 19 just with 20 on it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Now again, I haven't played it on the Switch, so I can't comment on that. I haven't played it, but
get more powerful maybe might help. We better move on. Well, I better see what I've been playing. I've been playing. I started playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I was actually, even Roland came into the stream. He was like, I couldn't imagine you playing this game, and I got into it. I actually love it. It's a shooting game. Like at the start, anyway, I haven't got too far into it. I'm about an hour in, so while you're going along shooting, having droids, I think it was great crack. I'm enjoying it. I like shooting games, and I think it's very well polished. It looks beautiful, and I'm really enjoying it. Also, I've been playing Fortnite, as always. We don't have to talk about that. And today I played Apex, and we're after putting up a video today of me, Patified, and FaZe playing Apex on our first run through. Apex is after I did on the PlayStation. I couldn't play it because it was too new for the PlayStation. It was an original PlayStation or something. The PlayStation wasn't powerful enough to play it at the time. That's what I'm blaming. I don't know if it was the Apex or it was the PlayStation. We'll blame the middleman. But it's a very good game. I love the fast pace of Apex, and they're after releasing a brand new map, so they're trying to keep it fresh as possible. It's definitely I know you boys don't play it anyway. None of you have played Apex.
No, not since it came out.
I haven't played it in a long time.
No, it's my type of game. It's very fast paced, and I love it. I love rate. I love I love the movements. I love the shooting. I love the strategies, moving up and down on targets and stuff like that. But it's absolutely brilliant. We have to move on now because we've been talking for half an hour about what we've been playing. But it's good though. This week in the news, Sony has finally made cross-platform a full feature for the PS4 after finishing the beta and now allow devs to take full advantage of the new feature. What do you lads think of this? Was it inevitable that Sony would do this? Or did it, like, in a business stance where, like, they didn't really have to do this? They were top dogs. Do you think that this was inevitable to happen? What about you, Pat?
Well, I think, like, it was unfortunate that they decided to hold back on it because it's been there for so long. Like, Rocket League had, I think, the crossplay going on before anyone actually knew about it. Okay. Which was it shows that it was there and that it didn't actually probably need a beta for it to work.
I think Fortnite was the first, and then it was Rocket League then second. Yeah.
But the thing about it is that they have they've sold nearly 100 million consoles now. Mm-hmm. The idea is that you'd want to keep your player base on your system. So if your mate's gone out and bought a PS4 and you're the one sad sap that has the Xbox, you'd want to go get a PS4 so you can play with them.
Yeah, and that's happened a lot. I'd say that's happened a serious amount.
But I think they really did have to start changing when you look at how well Xbox has been handling themselves, especially with the Game Pass and like bringing back older games from their back catalog for you to just play. They have been doing amazing work Xbox, and they're slowly bringing it back, I think. And PlayStation has seen this and said, well, we can't be too content. Remember PS3.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's basically all I can say on it. That's...
What about you, Jack? What do you think?
I'd say it was inevitable to finally happen. There was so many people pushing for it, and as Pat, Rocket League did it, Fortnite did it, and then you got the new Modern Woman out, which has got crossplay. So it was bound to happen at some stage, but it's quite late for it to be doing it now.
Yeah, but does that mean it's going to move on to the PS5? Is it the same thing going to happen? Like, are they going to allow cross-platform straight from the get-go?
I'd imagine so. Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah. I mean, like, you have to look at it in the way that, like, I know, let's be real. You could argue the Switch as well, but like between Xbox and PlayStation, at least, they won this generation. In fairness, you have to admit 100%. That the exclusives with the sales, just the raw sales.
Yeah.
But you never know, because last generation, well, Pat has you have a side on that?
I'm just gonna say Nintendo have also been killing it. Like
that's what I'm saying. I said exclusion. Yeah.
I think Nintendo sits in its own bracket. I don't think Xbox and PlayStation even put Nintendo really in what they're doing. They're like Nintendo just do their own thing. They're like the side person that has their own business, and they leave them at. PlayStation have the same kind of games, the same kind of, like, even the next generation, their consoles are very close together. Except for Xbox a bit more powerful as always. But like the Switch is always done amazing. The Switch does amazing everywhere.
Yeah, but what I was going to say was that like last generation, not like we're still in this generation. Last generation, 360 was king. Like it really did. Like even if you're a PlayStation fan, just looking at the numbers, like obviously it was because of how overpriced the PlayStation 3 was when it came out first, when they had to integrate the Blu-ray player, yada yada.
Yeah.
But like you never know what could happen. Even though it looks rosy and it looks good for PlayStation, you never know who's going to be top dog. Next generation, you never know. Microsoft could make a comeback, and then if Microsoft are on top, and then you're the guy who's not getting in line with cross-platform and stuff like that, that could be a problem for you. So I think it's smart even now just to get in line so that everybody's on equal footing for the next generation.
Yeah, 100%. I think maybe they should focus just more on the games, the exclusive games that they're going to bring out to each platform. I think that's what sells consoles. Like, if you have the CODs and all this and all these multiplayer games, they don't really sell consoles. It's the exclusive one-player games that really push the consoles to what you like. That's what I go buy PlayStation for, is like God of War and Red Dead Redemption and all Bloodborne, yeah, and all these great games. I think that's what PlayStation and Xbox are working together on some things with their clouds and stuff. So I think they're making better decisions towards things, because back in the day, Xbox 360 wouldn't allow cross-platform, and it was PlayStation that was looking for it. So it's where whoever's on top is saying, sure, why should I? Like we're getting all the numbers, but it's good that they're kind of working together now and focusing on the games. I think that's the best way to move forward.
Yeah.
We've got something a little different now. We're moving into a little bit unknown territory. We're talking about something that we don't really talk about, but it's been reported this week that actor Tom Holland was a massive reason why Spider-Man was kept in the MCU. As the deal between Sony and Disney was falling apart, Tom reached out to both sides to calm the storm and help them reach a deal. I really like that, like Tom Holland as a person. He's a really nice fella. He seems very genuine. Do you think there's much truth in this statement, or do you think that it was maybe blown out of proportion just for PR?
I think that it's definitely blown out of proportion. I don't think he had that big of an influence on, oh please let Spider-Man stay in the MCU.
Oh fine, we don't care if the deal is terrible. Tom Holland wants it to happen.
Tom Holland, mofos.
I said the companies just literally looked at each other and said, listen, this is a money-making machine.
Yeah, 100%.
We need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Because it would have affected the MCU badly, because like they were building Spider-Man up to be like the next big hero, and also then like if he had stayed in the Sony universe that they're building, would people be happy with that? I don't think so. I think they would actually be very depressed.
Well, yeah. I don't think I would be, but you never know. Like Sony might have pulled a good movie out of the bag, but their track record has been fantastic in the last while.
No. What was the ones they had? What was the last Spider-Man movies? There was the not before Tom Holland. Who was the actor there?
Yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That was
Yeah.
that was awful.
I didn't
It was
bother
awful.
watching it.
There
Don't
was some.
forget Into the Spider-Verse. That film was brilliant.
That was
Yes.
amazing.
There you
That's
go.
very good.
That was good.
No, that's good. No, that is a very good film. But the Jack, come on, but you're the main man here on this topic. Now, give me. Now, were you happy when it was released that they're doing another film? They're keeping the MCU like they're following on. This is continuing the story from like all the things are supposed to be ended. Like, how are they going to? This is probably the last one. Is it from this generation of for characters and everything? They're going to move on to something different now after this.
I don't know. I haven't been paying as much attention to the Marvel movies as a lot of others have. For example, the
Jack,
last
are you serious? Like, come on now, you're after doing this to me. No, go on, I'm only joking.
No, like I watched Infinity War Endgame there for the first time there 2 weeks ago, and then I watched
For the first time, what have you been doing?
You
That's
didn't see
look,
that one?
that's it. You're looking for that. You've been looking at. You're doing them trophies. Jack, I'm disappointed. Like I thought we were gonna have a comic book corner. I thought that was gonna be you, Jack. This is after putting me up in the air. Go on.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
And then I actually watched Far From Home last week, which was absolutely fantastic. It was the best Marvel movie I think I've watched out of them all. I've only really watched the Avengers and Thor Ragnarok, but it was definitely one of the better ones. And I can see why both Sony and Disney want to keep the deal going now, because the movies themselves have been good. And as John said, they are a huge money-making machine for both Disney and Sony. Now, what way they're going to take it could be anyone's guess.
Yeah.
Like they could introduce Green Goblin. They could do that, but then they'd have to that might go on to a bit more. But they could introduce Kingpin. There's so many villains that he has that they can introduce. Like if he'd stayed with Sony, it could have ended up being Tom Hardy's Venom, and that nobody wants that.
I'd actually like to see. Sorry, I would actually like to see Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin brought in there. The lad who played him in Daredevil, the show. I think he was a really good Kingpin.
What's the future after this film? Are they going to keep him on to do different? Like, is it going to be more films, or is this the last one with Tom Holland in it?
It's hard to.
I don't think so. I think they're building him up, new Iron Man, and starting him. If we're saying we're starting again with the MCU, I think they're building him to be the main
Captain America kind of thing,
or the next whatever 2 or 3 Avenger movies that will be in this generation of Avenger movies. I think they want Tom Holland to be one of the main players.
Yeah. Well, I to me, I really like him as Spider-Man. I think he's very good. It's very natural to what he's doing, and I'm looking forward. Like I probably was never that big into them, but I started watching them. There's a couple I like, there's a couple I don't like. There's some of them are very over the top, but like at the end of the day, they're family movies, and I enjoyed them. You know, Pat is like playing hide and seek with us again.
I was going to start doing this.
Yeah, hello, peekaboo, peekaboo.
I think there's something seriously wrong with the camera.
That's alright, man. Leave it off. You can just talk like that with your face. Maybe next week you could change your logo there because it's a bit scary.
And, no, here. That is my best profile picture. How dare you?
That's his Tinder profile picture. He gets all the ladies with that joke. Next, we've got more news from Sony. The company has announced this week that the monthly subscription price for I missed that. What's it for again? What's it called?
Now.
PS Now. Sorry, that's not written down. For PS Now is now $9.99, down from $19.99. Okay, that's for monthly. And then the quarterly price down from $24.99, down to $24.99 from $44.99, and then the annual price from $59. It was $99, now it's $59. I should have wrote that a little bit better, but that's not all. Now they're adding blockbuster games to its 800 title list. Sony have added GTA 5 and God of War for a limited time. They're available till January the 2nd, 2020. They're saying that they're going to add different games every month. So this is moving into more process of digital games and a subscription service that is coming, and everyone's trying to do it. I think it's a great price, to be honest. We'll see what do you think, boys? John, what do you think of this? Would you be interested in some subscription service to this?
The only thing about the PlayStation Now, and I haven't used it in a while, and they might have changed it, was that my internet's not great, and when I'm when like you can have it that you're actually streaming the game. Like that's pretty much the idea of PlayStation now. So like you're streaming the game. I thought even a game like for me, Red Dead. I remember I tried a while ago to stream Red Dead Redemption, the original, and there was even latency issues for me in that. Now I have to admit that's because my internet's crap.
Okay.
That's probably not. So just for me, the PlayStation now isn't as appealing to me as what I have, because I also have an Xbox, the Xbox Game Pass. Because the Xbox Game Pass, I'd rather download the game flat out. Now, as he said, I'm not sure if you can download the games in PlayStation now.
I think you can download the games. Yeah, you can download them.
Well, then if you can, then that's a great problem, because I'd be more knowledgeable of the Xbox Game Pass, which is basically what this is sounding like now, because Xbox Game Pass puts all their new and exclusive games on. You can get them, it's not for free, but you get them with the subscription. The subscription is $9.99, and then if you want to play it with the PC, it's $14.99. So it's at least a competitive price with the Xbox Game Pass. So I think it was a smart decision.
Yeah, I think it was brilliant as well. What about you, Jack? I think we've lost Pat for good. So good night, Pat.
Pat's gone mad, so he is.
Pat's gone mad altogether.
Hey.
But, no. To be honest, when it was first announced, I wasn't too pushed on it, and the prices certainly didn't help. But now that they've actually brought down the price and they've got a lot more games on it, and then they're adding monthly games, I'll be actually more inclined to actually get it for a month or two, and then test it out. I know I'm the one who's mainly against digital, but this is, as you said, this is the way it's going, and they're actually beginning to realize that they need to kind of make it a bit fairer for people, make it a bit easier for people to be actually able to get it and be able to play the games that they're putting on the subscription service, you know. Yeah,
but that's it. But the choices these days of subscription services is unlimited. You have a subscription service to everything. There's there's Spotify, there's Netflix, there's PS Now, there's Twitch if you're subscribing to people. But you know what I mean, you're spending a $5 here, $10 here. Next thing, you're at the bill at the end of the month, you're spending £200 on things you don't really need. So you have to really be careful about what you're subscribing to. And I think $19.99 a month is a lot of money to be doing that for games. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have a good job and you're having you probably still don't have time to play them. But exactly. $9.99 is a good price. We're gonna move on. We've got the Apex Season 3 trailer. We have it here. I'm gonna play it now. So enjoy.
Here we go.
Target's over there.
You should have been more prepared. I was.
Fight for dominance at World's Edge with the Season 3 Battle Pass. Complete with new daily and weekly challenges. XP boosts, Apex packs, 1,200 crafting medals, 1,000 Apex coins, and of course, all new legendary items. Season 3's mix of daily and weekly challenges provides Legends with new gameplay opportunities and variety. If you miss a few weeks or start late, your weekly challenges will still be around when you return, and you can complete them all at once.
You better hope you're with me.
Legends will immediately unlock the legendary Reckoner Longbow DMR at purchase, along with 3 new Legend skins. Battle through the remaining 100 levels to earn the rest of the rewards, including legendary items like the Iced Out Pathfinder, From the Ashes Lifeline, and the reactive Frostbite Peacekeeper.
Time is flying, and I am too.
And you'll still be able to earn enough crafting medals to craft that elusive legendary item of your choice to show off your favorite legend in style.
Did you think the trigger would pull itself?
Speaking of style, we've expanded upon our latest content categories with new music packs and loading screens, more personalized skydive emotes to let everyone know when you're dropping into the fight,
You can't forget this face.
and unique quips for the all-new customizable quip wheel,
Feel good.
allowing Legends to bring their personality into the arena in a whole new way.
Power is everything. You only think you have it.
Combine all of that with the first ever series of gun charms to give your favorite weapon a little extra love.
One more.
The Season 3 Battle Pass is available right now in-game for just 950 Apex coins. Or upgrade to the bundle and immediately unlock those first 25 levels and start dominating with the Iced Out Pathfinder.
I may win this thing today.
And remember, rewards can only be earned during the season, so be sure to secure them all before it ends.
Grappling.
So bring the heat, or that icy touch as you dominate the competition. Only with the Apex Legends Season 3 Battle Pass.
Don't blame yourself, blame me.
Guys, that was a bit of a long trailer. And we're back again. That's after launching yesterday, and if you're an Apex Legends star, I jump in and have a look, and if you're looking to buy the Battle Pass, go for it. I think it'd be worth it if you're putting the hours in, and if not, don't buy it because it's free to play anyway. That's a great thing about Apex. I think the mechanics, everything's brilliant. I go for it. That's really all I got to say about that one. Next, we have Crash Team Racing Nitro Fuel Grand Prix what? Don't read that wrong. Seasons 4, 5 and 6 announced, including Spooky Grand Prix, Neon Circus Grand Prix and Winter Festival Grand Prix. I knew it was going to happen. I was like, don't say it, say it. Jack, you are our Grand Prix, you're a comic book corner, you're a platinum corner, you're a can't believe it's not a corner. So tell us,
every corner.
You're every corner. So don't open up a shop. Let me know now what's going to happen now. What's going on with Crash Team Racing? Like, we have a little section here every week talking about this game because you never shut up about it. So go on, tell us.
It's the new Mario Kart. What do you expect?
It's the new Mario Kart. Mario Kart's in it too.
No.
Go on, Jack. Come on. Go on now. Be professional.
The new Grand Prix that's after starting is actually bringing in characters that people have been dying for since the game got released, because a couple of these characters had their kind of opposites in the game since. Like, there's a boss in the later on in the game called Komodo Joe. They're adding his brother Komodo Mo, but they're also adding Brio and Nina Cortex, who is Cortex's daughter. Sorry, I mean niece.
Okay.
No, if anybody's played Crash Insanity, they know what I mean.
Okay,
but
I haven't, I'm sorry.
Well then. But this Grand Prix has also brought in a new system that they're implementing into the game, where there's 3 different segments for the characters. There's beginner, there's intermediate, and then there's the advanced characters. The advanced characters have the highest speed but the worst turning, and intermediate has mid-range stats, then beginners better turning but less speed. Okay. They're actually adding in the system where if you want to use a beginner character but have a speed character or an advanced character's stats, you can now do that. So if you want to drive around as Polar really, really quickly, you can do that. Okay. If you want to drive around as Tiny Tiger really slowly, you can do that. But other than that, there hasn't been much changes with this Grand Prix. With the next one, everybody already knows the main character for it, and that character is Pasadena Opossum from Crash Tag Team Racing. Again, another character people have been crying out for.
Yeah.
But it's the third Grand Prix that has people confused, because nobody knows who the character is. Everybody's seen the silhouette, but nobody can figure out who it is. So I'm looking forward to seeing, is it going to be a new character, or is it going to be an old character just in a new costume?
Jack, where is this forum? Where is all these people talking about this? We're Crash Team.
What do you mean?
Like, where are you getting all this information from? You're saying people want this and people want that.
Sorry, it's I've been looking on Beanox's blog spot. I follow them on Instagram, I follow them on Twitter, and then just people in the comment sections who've been doing their own research. I've been reading through comments about it all as well.
All right, cool. Well, that's the Grand Prix corner for today. Anyway, we moving on with the more Nintendo. Was that Nintendo? No, it wasn't. With Overwatch coming to the Switch this week, the developers have said they would allow any of their Overwatch characters to become a Smash Brother character, saying that Tracer will be their first choice. Now, guys, Overwatch is not a game that I played. I'll be honest with you. Has any of you played it?
No, but I've got a friend who constantly goes on about it.
You have a friend? Okay.
I haven't played it, but I know about it.
I know.
I listen a bit about it.
I know the characters are on about. I suppose whose game wouldn't want some in their Smash team, in a Smash Brothers game character? Like, I'd love to be in it. I think I should get in it. Like, I think I'd have a hammer, and you just be going boop 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 boop. Or do you have one of them? Do they? No.
Yeah.
You
can plant down beds, fall asleep. Massive explosion.
Yeah, maybe that could be it. That'd be a weird finishing move. Here, have a schlep, and boom.
Game over.
Right, so we're gonna.
Sorry, Paddy. You know I love you.
No, it's fine. It's over with. Right, right. So
it seems
next...
like they're a bit desperate, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're beginning to get a lot of characters from a lot of other games now that typically weren't Nintendo.
No. Well, I don't know what like. How many characters they get in them? How many do you think would get a year to go into that game?
They've had 3 this year, haven't they?
What are they, Jack? This is becoming the Jack show. I love
Too
it.
many.
Was it Joker?
There
Who's
was
this year,
Joker
wasn't
from
he?
Persona 5. There is the hero from one of the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah.
I really wish you said that last.
Oh, Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie's in that reveal was brilliantly done.
Yes. Because everybody, people for so long was like, put Banjo Kazooie in the game, make it look like it's definitely going to be Banjo Kazooie. Who was it again? It was
the
fake one.
The dog.
Oh
Dog.
yeah, Duck Hunt Dog. Yeah. That was funny. Yeah.
I kind of wish you said the Joker last, because that would have been a massive segue into what we're doing next. We're doing something a little different this week. We're expanding horizons. We're moving in. We already started with the comic books. We're going to be talking about comic books and movies and anything nerdy really. That's why we're in the title. So we're going to show you next. We're going to show you the Joker trailer. The Joker film is coming out. I'm not sure. I think it's midnight tonight. Check out the trailer and then we'll talk about it after.
So, I don't believe that.
Hey, you please stop bothering my kid?
Sorry.
Arthur, I have some bad news for you. This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts.
And finally, in a world where everyone thinks they can do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
It's so awful, isn't it?
For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. But I do. And people are starting to notice.
You think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker? Send in the clowns.
We're back, lads. We're back, lads. That was the trailer for the Joker, boys. Okay, we're gonna get your opinion straight up on this trailer, because, like, I'm excited. So, Jack, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm living up with all the hype up there for this movie. I cannot wait to actually go and see it. Probably going to be the first time I've been to the cinema in a year just to see this movie.
Nice. John?
Yeah, same as. I can't wait. As I was kind of saying during the break there, I think Joaquin Phoenix is literally one of the best actors on the planet. He looks like he's going to be amazing in this movie. Just the general reviews that came out about it, even the negative reviews, not even the negative ones, but the controversy that's been around the movie sounds like absolute not nice word, but it's I can't wait for it. I think it's going to be really, really good. If you're just getting opinions for now, we can talk about it a bit later. But yeah, I think it's going to be.
Oh, me back. Pat.
I am unsure about the Joker film.
Controversial.
This one, I am completely worn out by live action comic book hero films and anything to do with comic books in general. I can't physically bring myself to go see them anymore. I know this is a slightly different one.
Yeah.
But I feel this didn't need to be a Joker film. That it was just simply tacked on so that, more people would go see it. It's a low sort of
Pat.
It's a character study of someone who is.
But that's the Joker, Pat.
I know, but look at it this way. What if it wasn't the Joker, but it was someone that dressed up as a clown anyway, and thus gone psychotic?
I understand.
The movie wouldn't do as well. I understand that.
Exactly.
It wouldn't do as well.
It wouldn't do as well. And the name Joker is simply being used for this film to bring in loads of people on a budget that isn't as big as normal superhero films. Like, I am intrigued by that it is a character study. It's something completely different from what superhero films have done and comic book films have done. But I'm... Like, it just feels like a cash grab to a certain extent. Like, I don't think it needed to be the Joker.
As a massive fan of the Joker, I've got this, there's about 4 or 5 things sitting behind me of the Joker. I can honestly say I am so glad that it is the Joker, that it is. If you're saying it's a character story, that's fine. But everything they're doing it with the laugh and how he's turning, what made him turn, and then it's based on the Killing Joke or whatever, that loosely based on that story. Like, that goes back to, when was that written, Jack? Like the 80s or something, was it?
Jesus, can't even think of when, but it was definitely in the mid 80s.
Yeah, I know. I understand what you're saying, but I know you're saying they're attaching the name the Joker to it, but I actually believe this would be a great origin story for the Joker, that you could believe that this actually happened and this is where he came from. And the portrayal of what's going to happen in this film is amazing. I honestly think the MCU films and all that stuff, like when they're focused on family films, I'm not that much interested in them. When you have films like Logan and stuff like that, that they're R-rated and they're a bit more violent and they're actually focused more on adults, I love that way more. Like, if you look at the feature length films from Marvel or whatever, that they're fantastic. They're some of the best ones I've ever watched, because there's a lot more stuff that, like, people are actually getting killed, people are slashing each other, the Wolverine's actually doing damage, and all that kind of, like, I love all that. They're way better than the films. So when they bring this out like this, I cannot wait to see it. This looks very much like an independent movie that they didn't have to follow this guidelines that everyone has to follow in films these days, which annoys the head out of me. Like, when they go to a studio film, they have to follow this rule, and you've seen them all before. It's all the same thing. Every time you go to the film, it's just the same. There's a girl and there's a fella and they're kicking ass, and even like you go like a big spear like Fast and Furious and stuff. Stop making them films. I am sick to the teeth of seeing Fast and Furious films, but they're just draining the life out of them. Same film over and over and over again, and they've done it with all the MCU films are the same. Now, don't get me wrong, the last few are brilliant, but like the ones in the middle, they're all the same film. Do you know what I mean? There's a bad guy, there's a good guy, they defeat each other, that's it. When they do stuff like this, when they dive deep into things, and I think you should really be, like, you'll be really much understanding since you're big into film and everything out there. Like, all the best films are independent films. To me, anyway, I love them. Like, I love when they don't follow the rule book. And this film's not going to be following the rule book, and that's why I'm really interested to see it. Even if it is putting the Joker's name on it, I don't think it'd make a difference. If someone came out with this film and the Joker didn't have it, maybe it wouldn't make as much money because of the mainstream media, but I tell you one thing, I'd still be going to see it. Because it looks like something. It looks so twisted, and it looks like the way he's laughing for no reason, and the way he's laughing for no reason, and he's going crazy and thinks the whole world is against him, and it's just like, all you have to have is one bad day. Like, I love that line to turn someone crazy, like, and that's what the Joker is trying to do the whole time. He's trying to turn Batman nuts. I don't know. I'm after going to spew there. Anyone else have any thoughts on what Pat is saying?
What I would say is I agree with kind of what both of you are saying. I'd more agree with Paddy But I do have to say that I don't think it's the Joker as a cash grab, but I do agree that if it wasn't Joker, if that wasn't the name of the movie, and if it wasn't the Joker, I agree.
I agree.
There wouldn't be as much hype around it. So there probably is a little bit of marketing around it that way. I'll concede to that one, but I still think, just as a movie, I think it's just going to be really, really good. It's going to be phenomenal, and they couldn't have asked for any better press for it because I think because of the controversy they tried to stir up about the movie. If you haven't heard about the whole thing of because they had the audacity to have a main character who's a villain that does really villainous stuff, but is unbelievably sympathetic and stuff like this, and they're kind of showing it from his point of view, and the movie is kind of trying to say well, he was a normal man. Again, what you said, it just takes one bad day. So it was a normal guy who was just pushed too far, and they're saying, oh, this movie's dangerous. People are going to watch this movie and they're going to burn down their towns. They're going to burn down everything. And it's just it echoes back.
Video games make people shoot people, sure.
Yeah, it echoes back to another one of my favorite movies, Natural Born Killers. When Natural Born Killers came out for the first time, there's a mad controversy about it because it's about the main protagonists of the movie are two serial killers going around killing people and them basically eluding the law. And even then, no spoilers, but there's a great monologue in that movie where it's Woody Harrelson is talking about how everybody has a demon inside them. Some people are just better at hiding it than others, but there's even someone has 1% demon inside all of us. And it's just a balancing act between, again, kind of like the one bad day thing. It's a balancing act of staying sane, but that everybody has the capacity of going insane. If you haven't seen Natural Born Killers, go see it. It's a fantastic movie. And I feel like this is the same type of movie. And I'd agree with you as well, Paddy, that just the best movies out right now are on the independent scene. If you haven't seen Hereditary, Midsummer, the Witch, and speaking of the Witch, I can't wait for what's it called? The Lighthouse is coming out this year. It looks absolutely phenomenal.
I'll have to check them out. But that's definitely I'm definitely more focused onto indie movies and stuff like that. The mainstream movies really piss me off. A lot of the time I don't even watch them. To be honest, the only ones that I've handed my hands up, I made a mistake one time, was Guardian of the Galaxy. When that came out, it looked very over the top for me, and I didn't want to see it. They're my favorite ones. I seen them recently, and I loved them. The music in them, everything is so well put together. They are my favorite movies from that franchise. Is anyone else Jack? Have you got an opinion on what we're saying that the
I was just about to say this isn't the first time they've done something like this with a kind of joke, or not even with the Joker, with a different character. Has anybody here watched Bright?
I watched
Brightburn, I haven't, buddy.
I haven't seen it yet. But I know
specifically Superman.
But they alluded to being Superman. I know they call him Joker straight out in the movie, but it was still a different take, like they're doing with this. Yeah, they're giving him the one bad day, but they're still doing a different take on it.
Yeah. No.
And how well did Brightburn do?
I don't actually know. I heard a lot of people liked it though. I heard it was good.
I was gonna go see that film, and then I forgot when it came out. I don't think anyone was gonna forget when the Joker came out.
No,
I know. You know what I mean.
And again, that
directly linked that it had been Superman. I think a lot more people would have gone "Oh, this is the evil Superman. This is what would happen if he went evil." If that officially announced that it was a alternate Superman story, I feel a lot more people would have went to it.
I think that also comes into the fact of the director and getting Joaquin Phoenix as the main actor, just the general tone of the movie, feeling very independent, and also and again, I think the controversy of the people talking about it, saying the media, as I said, saying this movie will turn people evil. No, there's no such thing as bad press. This is the reason why this movie is in the freaking headlines as well. So there's a lot of kind of features of why Brightburn probably didn't do as good.
I actually wish they would I think people should dive, filmmakers especially, should dive deep into different topics and stop trying to go for them. I know the money's everything, but make some independent movies and different stories, and dive
yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm all for it too. I'm the studio films are great and it's for families, I get it, but make some movies for other people. So the movies these days, maybe I'm getting old and cynical, but they're not as good as they used to be. Like things are not. They're not doing because they have to follow certain rules all the time. There's so much controversial things, and you're afraid to piss off this person. You're afraid to piss off this person. Just try and make the movies. It'd be a lot better. We'll probably move on to our topic of the week, and it's still in the same kind of category as our favorite comic book movie so far since the Joker. We haven't seen the Joker out. I'll go and throw it to our main man Jack in the comic book corner. What do you think, Jack? Give me your. You've got so much stuff. You're a big nerd. To be honest, and I love it.
I'm just going to go for a live action movie because there's so many animated movies I'm not going to get into. I'm actually going to go for the original 1980s Batman movie with Jack Nicholson as the.
Okay.
That would be because that's kind of what. But that's what got me into liking Batman and comic books and everything else like that. So it's kind of like one of those things. It holds a special place. Plus, the Jack Nicholson is always going to be my favorite Joker. So it was bound to be no other comic book movie but the 1980s original Batman. You know?
Yeah.
Plus Tim Burton. What's not to love?
Yeah. That I do. To be honest, I
maybe
remember
his later movies.
I remember them well. They were a very dark movie, and like the Penguin and all them are very.
Danny DeVito was Penguin.
Danny DeVito and even him eating the fish and my god.
That's Batman Returns, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that was like it was very like Tim Burton is very good. He was like very very good director. I loved it. I love his films. John, what do you?
You see, I it's a toss up between two, and I have a feeling you might say one of them, but I want to go, and I'm going to say probably Logan is probably one of the better ones I've seen in a while. Again, kind of like compared to the other two Wolverine movies that came out, like in fairness, like they're not the greatest. Especially the second one with the freaking Silver Samurai.
The Wolverine.
I just thought that was an absolute like snore fest, to be completely honest with you. And I know people are saying like, oh, you need your movies to have explosions and actions. No, not at all. It's just it was badly written, and it was
there's a difference between them movies is that they're allowed to go. That was R-rated. One of them was R-rated and one wasn't. That's the big difference. They're allowed to.
But Logan.
Sorry.
But
no, go on, John.
Logan was just it was just a good movie, like well written. Again, they took snippets from Old Man Logan, but they changed like a hell of a lot. But they kind of took the mood and the tone of it more than anything. Yeah. And just I liked it was cool seeing nearly said Patrick Swayze, Patrick Stewart, Patrick Stewart
back again. Yeah.
Just it was really depressing seeing him like being old and like dementia ridden and like you actually felt like. Oh God! I actually don't think I can say that because that's a massive spoiler. But there's one scene in the movie that it broke my heart. I actually can't say more than that because I'd give away a massive spoiler in the movie. But great writing, great acting. One very questionable decision that you go, that's kind of stupid. But other than that, I think it's pretty solid.
What's the questionable decision?
Yeah, he
okay, no, it's okay. It's a pretty. I don't know this spider thing. How long can you leave it? You cannot ever talk about it. Like if you were started talking about Lady and the Tramp, am I not allowed to say like what happened? Pat, what do you think? Come on, but you're gonna throw something at me that's gonna come right wing, left wing. I don't know where it's coming from, but I know it's gonna be something weird. So go for it.
I am gonna go with Batman Under the Red Hood. Yeah, an animated DC feature. That's a
very good film.
Think, it's brilliant. It's one of their best animated, like properly animated feature film. Animated feature film. It's not even a feature film. Sorry, I'm going over my words here. But it's incredible. Like the story of Jason Todd. If spoiler, he dies, but he's not really dead. He gets brought back. Extra spoiler.
And Joker beats him to death with a crowbar.
Yeah, it's very violent.
But that's the thing is that when they
too soon, Pat. It happened comics 30 years ago.
Yeah, but that's when I watched before I seen that film. That's one of the first films I seen as a feature length film or whatever, and I watched it and I was like, what's going on here? How are they able to do this? And it shows the Joker beating Jason Todd to death with the crowbar. And it's like that's why I was talking about earlier when I said they're focused on adults, and it's a lot better to watch them because they're allowed to let loose and be real about what happens. Not pow and ping and he gets back up and You didn't defeat me this time, but next time. You know what I mean? Go on, Pat. Sorry, the Paddy show.
But yeah, it's an incredible thing, and even the ending when the Joker and Jason and Batman are all together, that scene there and the dialogue that comes between it, and really shows off Batman's character that he can't cross that line, because if he does, he won't stop. It's brilliantly done,
brilliant.
and it's.
What's the other one? I watched another one. Is the one where is it
Dark Knight?
No, the Flash.
Like
the Flash is in it. The
Flashpoint Paradox.
Flashpoint Paradox, man. If you haven't seen that film, go watch it. It is. I think they're trying to make that into a film, right? But that is one of the best like films and problems I've ever seen. It just the way the storyline is, like he goes back in time, he saves his mother, and it changes everything. Batman is dead. His father is Batman, and the whole world is in like the Wonder Woman, and who's fighting Wonder Woman, and it's not Superman. It's is it Aquaman? Who's thinking that is the underworld? Is in the water.
Oh yeah,
Aquaman. Well, they're fighting, and it's unbelievable. It's such a great show that when you just reminded me of when you were talking about it there. Have we any more? Sorry.
But can I add in something for Pat's movie?
Of course
John DiMaggio did a great Joker.
Yeah, fantastic.
He did a phenomenal Joker.
He really did.
Laugh though. That's all I wanted to say. He's a laugh.
Mine is, I know John probably guessed. Go on, John. Give a guess there.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight, and
that was good. That's probably my number one pick as well. I think Logan's. I know you love the Joker.
Yeah, it's not about it. It is not about anything else in that movie except for Heath Ledger's take on the Joker. I'm going to use Roland's word. Phenomenal. It's just like I can't get over it. That when I watched that for the first time, I was blown away about like his portrayal of this character. Like he did it so well, and you really believed that this person existed the way he went on. And like it was absolute madness, and I'm always quoting him. I've got pictures of him and everything like that. There, maybe I'm a little psychotic, but I love him. And like you have to say, like everyone's got. I know like the comments are probably gonna go nuts now and say no, he's not the best Joker, but I think he's the best Joker. He just really connected with it on a different level than I think that anyone's ever done it before. Yeah, I know. Is you think he's the best Joker? I suppose everybody thinks he's the best Joker.
He's the best animated Joker.
Yeah, no love for Cesar Romero here, no?
No.
The best Joker.
Cesar Romero was great.
Best Joker is who? Go on, Pat.
Mark Hamill.
No.
Mark Hamill is just best Joker. No. Yes, I'm right. You're wrong.
No,
I beg your spawn. You're not gonna.
like all them like the scenes where he's like, do you know how he got these scars, and then he changes his story every time he tells the story, and that's where the Joker comes in. Whereas you never really know where he came from, and that's why a lot of people were mad that they were going to do an origin story, because he's not supposed to have an origin story. Like even in the Killing Joke, he said, "One day, one day I remember it like this. Tomorrow I remember it like that." So he still didn't know if he was telling the truth or not, and that's the way they portrayed it in the Dark Knight. And even the Dark Knight, and not just the Joker, but like the whole film was made very well. Like I know it was an action movie, but it wasn't your run of the mill action movie. It was a lot different to the way the rest of them was, because you really didn't know what was about to happen. Like the Joker walking in and putting the pencil down and poof, it's probably one of the biggest scenes in film history. Like people are always going to remember that, and you didn't know what was going to happen, and that's why I love it. And Mark Hamill is not the best Joker.
Speaking of being an action movie, like it's a lot more than an action movie, but even as an action movie, it's freaking phenomenal. Like that scene, the car chase with the trucks and truck
it's underground car parks, and it's just unbelievable.
It's one of the best action set pieces I've seen probably since I don't know, maybe I'm obsessed with trucks, but like the Terminator 2 when they're chasing down the freaking ravine. But it's just fantastic. I like trucks chasing each other. Right.
It is very good. I like the kind of the dark tone that they put on the movie. I like the way it was shot, and and if you ever watch the things you missed and stuff like that on the Batman movie, it's brilliant. There's a scene where one of the gangsters is sitting in the car, and then you look up, and then Two-Face is sitting in there with him, and it's like, and then if you miss it, you can actually see him in the mirror walking into the car. They put really a lot of detail into the movie, and like what they call Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff, which is brilliant.
So the mask he's wearing for the bank heist is actually a mask Cesar Romero wears in the old 60s show.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
For bank heist as well, I think it was.
Yeah. Well, it could have been. Yeah. I've actually just seen the GIF on it.
This has definitely been very much focused on the Joker tonight. Has anyone else got anything to say on comic book movies? No, you love them. You love them anyway. Like,
we do. I comic book movies again. Like, I'm not going to say that I do. I do. I do really enjoy them. I for just a normal kind of movie, I like weird movies. Like
so do I,
like one of my favorite directors is David Lynch. If David Lynch ever made a Marvel or DC movie, I'd love to see that. It would be the most abstract thing you'd ever see in your life. But no, for comic book movies, I really don't mind them being MCU-ish, being kind of like the good guy's going to win in the end and blah blah blah. I enjoy them, but I just do like the dark, gritty tone of the DC movies as well. Although maybe not necessarily the Zack Snyder ones.
Yeah, I get you. What would you buy? Is any more to say?
Can I make an honorable mention?
Yeah,
sure.
So you aren't going to agree with me on this one.
No, God, no.
I am going to have to say this, that I think one of the best superhero
No, you don't need
films
to say it.
because it's so bloody funny. It's Batman and Robin.
I'm leaving.
Brilliant. It is the funniest thing. It's just so bloody funny. It doesn't take itself
I used to
seriously
see you.
at all. I used to see you. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
You're pretty good at that.
Like, there's so many. Like, Arnie steals the show in that. Like, he has so many lines. But, like, the back credit card, it came out of nowhere. And I'm just like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
It's up there with
it's
up
so
there with Bat
funny.
Repellent or Bat Shark Repellent. It's up there with that. Like.
And even further up the line than that is Bat Nipples.
Bat Nipples. Well, yeah, well, that's my choice. But it definitely shows that it went completely loony. Like, it's over the top altogether, but it is class.
It went cheesy in the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's kind of one of them things. It's like, how did they let these people do this to Batman?
How did George Clooney do it?
It's just Joel Schumacher. Like, I know the story. Wanted it, like, he was like, oh, Tim Burton's ones are too dark. It's a comic book movie. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be splat, pow. And he wanted to make it a cartoon, like, basically in live action. Like, that's how Joel Schumacher saw a comic book movie in the late 90s, 1997. Yeah. So, like, he achieved what he was trying to do, but what he was trying to do was absolutely awful.
I think we can all agree, though, at least we didn't get Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Imagine how great that would have been.
That would have been atrocious.
Give us.
It would have been. Give him a chance.
Give us a
give him a chance.
Give us a Pat. Pat, you can probably do it.
Come on, Pat.
Can you do it?
No, I
kind of. You can't do him, no.
Not on the spot. Not on the
spot.
No.
On the spot. That's all.
Face Off is probably one of the greatest movies ever made.
Oh yeah, Face Off.
Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. John Travolta acting as Nicolas Cage, trying to be as crazy as Nicolas Cage, outdoing Nicolas Cage's craziness, is one of the best things you're ever going to see. And it's Face Off is the greatest movie ever made.
When's Face Off 2 coming? I'm sick of it. Right, we better move on. We're sitting here talking about movies all night, but we'll probably be from now on, like, we'll be moving into different, like, a lot of comic books and whatever, everything, all things nerdy. We're not going to just put ourselves to gaming anymore. We do love. Go on, maybe not. I don't know about that. No, I'll have to start watching it. I don't watch it. I'm sorry, Pat.
I'm gonna stop watching comic book movies now and be less.
Fair enough. I'd like to thank Mersey's after throwing a sub and some bits, so that really helps us out. And thanks very much. Anyone watching, thanks for watching the whole way through as well. I suppose we'll have you. Jack, do you have a speed run or?
No, there's been no
speed run. There's no updates on the speed run, boys. So, Jack, give us your where can the good folks find you?
Good folks can find me on basically everything at the Platinum.
Jack, you cut out there for a second. John. J-Dog.
Everybody, people can find me everywhere, and by everywhere I mean Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook at 2 for Gaming. That's TOOOLD for.
I'd love to get Unitex back in here. She could spell and you could spell and we could all spell. Pat, go. Where can we find you?
Well, if you want to find me, which is questionable to begin with, you can find me over at Twitter under the name of Pat Gone Mad with a or at the end because I don't know how to spell.
He couldn't get it. He couldn't get it.
And of course, we have to shout out.
Yeah, Ronan, of
Ray
course.
as well.
Ray is streaming over on Twitch, and he is at the Emerald Outlaw, and he'd probably be streaming. He could be streaming Grand Theft Auto. He could be streaming Fortnite. He could be streaming. Yeah.
On the talk of Ray, he won the platinum race in San Andreas. I know we didn't finish it off on Twitch, but he won rightfully so. So fair dues.
Yeah. No, that was.
There you go, Ray.
That was good. Ray.
Ray.
Also, you can find the usual host of this show, which he does a massive job, and it's a big shoes to fill. But he's at the Alpha Fox. He's probably streaming a lot of time now. It's FIFA a lot of the time. I don't know, maybe some Bloodborne. I think I've seen him stream as well. So you can catch him over in the Alpha Fox channel. It's blowing up, so I'd go watch him. He's great at hosting everything. That's why he's our host. And for me, I'm streaming. I'll probably be playing some Apex after this. If you just want to stick around and watch, I'll probably be playing on the Fortnite. I'll probably play Fortnite. I'll probably play on Facebook and on Twitch. YouTube doesn't really like me. Thanks for everyone for watching. We'll be back next week at the same time, the same Bat channel.
Hey.
Thanks for everybody staying in, and you can find, if you want to get in contact with me, you can get me at pattyt@therepublicplayers.com. Thanks for watching.
Bye.